Hi, did you know the internet was originally invented for military purposes? So were cell phones and the Humvee. In fact, many of society's biggest technology breakthroughs have been adapted for civilian use from their original military applications. And when it comes to military technology, particularly weapons and/or gadgets, there is no end to imagination and creativity. Wow, amazing, right? In fact, many of the weapons being developed or in use by the US military today seem straight out of science fiction. However, despite how crazy they seem, these gadgets and technology have actually been invented or are close to being deployed in combat zones around the world. Gadgets are mechanical or electronic devices or tools, and when put to military use, they can become crucial in military operations. Let's take a look at some of them. Robot dog. While dogs are routinely used in war for tasks like bomb sniffing, the military has also taken inspiration from Fido to build robots. Enter the Big Dog, a robotic creature built by the company Boston Dynamics. The large, rough terrain robot shambles slowly up rock terrain while carrying heavy loads, and is currently being tested in Afghanistan. The robotic beats sound like a swarm of bees, and its mincing gait makes it look more like a show poodle than a truly large dog, meaning it's probably not at all that stealthy or fast. But the goal of the 240-pound, 109-kilogram behemoth isn't to be quiet or quick. It is to carry about 100 pounds, or 45 kilograms, so troops don't have to shoulder their own load. Laser-induced plasma channel. Move over, Thor. The military has stolen your thunder and lightning. The laser-induced plasma channel, as it is called, is aimed at targets that conduct electricity better than the air or the ground. The laser light, with its high intensity and energy, focuses the lightning bolt to keep it along a straight and narrow path, so it can be precisely aimed at a target. Pulsed energy projectile. The pulsed energy projectile is yet another non-lethal military gadget. The goal? Fire a laser at people to create a little pocket of exploding plasma in the air around them. This would hypothetically create a pressure wave to knock out the person, also producing painful nerve sensations. Soviet attack dolphins. The Soviet Union was also very interested in harnessing animals for warfare. The kill animal in this instance, war dolphins. The project, developed in the 1960s, was aimed at training dolphins to search for submerged warheads or other items. But Russia isn't the only country training dolphins for war. The United States has its own dolphin training program too, but the adorable marine mammals are not trained to carry weapons or kill people because they would have trouble distinguishing between enemies and friendly soldiers. Phaser. Developed by the U.S. Department of Defense, the personnel halting and stimulation response rifle, Phaser, is a non-lethal weapon designed to disorient and stun enemies rather than kill them. A light-based gun, the Phaser has been designed for use by both soldiers and the U.S. law enforcement officials, police. The gun temporarily blinds enemies with focused laser beams. The laser lights, which operate at alternating wavelengths, serve to disorient people who look at them, rendering them unable to stand, let alone fight. The good news is that the laser light used in this gadget does not inflict any permanent damage to people's eyesight. Although not in use any longer, the V-40 fragmentation grenade is used by the U.S. military from the 1960s through the mid-1980s, was distinguished by its compact size. The grenade was no bigger than a golf ball. In fact, soldiers used to refer to it as a mini frag. The grenade measured 2.5 inches high and 1.5 inches in diameter, yet despite its miniature size, the V-40 used a safety pin and a lever just like a standard-size grenade, and it packed a deadly punch. The golf ball grenade was considered lethal up to a radius of 5 meters from its point of impact. However, this gadget was eventually discontinued because the small size of the weapon made them dangerous for use by soldiers. The short fuse time and tiny pins made the mini-frag difficult to handle and prone to going off without warning. The active denial system. Another non-lethal gadget developed to help disperse crowds, the active denial system transmits an invisible electromagnetic radiation beam that creates a burning sensation on people's skin, sending them running. Called the goodbye effect by senior military officials and a heat ray by scientists, the active denial system can heat up water molecules on a person's skin to 130 degrees Fahrenheit from a distance of 500 yards. Controversial in some circles and dubbed a form of torture by some people, the active denial system has proved extremely effective. Security experts expect that the system will eventually be used alongside other non-lethal crowd control methods such as tear gas, water cannon, and rubber bullet. Digital revolver. The Armatix digital revolver looks like something out of a science fiction movie, and a version of it was featured in a recent James Bond film. This futuristic pistol has a digital safety mechanism that can only be disabled if the operator is also wearing a special wristwatch that sends the unlock signal to the gun. The wristwatch itself only becomes active once the user unlocks it with their fingerprint. This means that the gun can only be fired by the owner, preventing the gun from being used by people who may steal it. It also means that the revolver cannot be used against its owner. Many gun experts claim that this approach is the way of the future and a great means of ensuring gun safety. How widespread this digital revolver gets used remains to be seen. The railgun. The U.S. Navy is developing an electromagnetic railgun that can fire a projectile faster than the speed of sound. Officially called the 8-megajoule electromagnetic railgun, this shipboard weapon can shoot at Mach 8, which is 8 times faster than the speed of sound, or 5,000 miles per hour. What could such a weapon possibly be used for, you ask? The Navy plans to use it to protect warships and as anti-aircraft and anti-missile weaponry. However, so powerful is the ray gun that it has the potential to also launch a spaceship into orbit. And the railgun can also fire on an entire battlefield from offshore. Fun fact, the railgun is powered internally by a device called a flux capacitor, which was the name of the device that powered the DeLorean time machine in the movie Back to the Future. A case of science meeting fiction. Quantum stealth. Remember the movie Predator? Remember how the Predator was able to use invisible stealth technology to blend into the jungle environment around him, and how when he moved it looked like the jungle itself was moving? Well, that technology is now in the advanced stages of development by the U.S. military. Called quantum stealth, this technology camouflages people by bending light around the object it is hiding. And the result is that people and objects literally turn invisible to the naked eye. The images of quantum stealth available on the internet are downright freaky. The hope is that the invisible cloaks provided by the quantum stealth technology will enable soldiers to infiltrate enemy territory without being detected, as well as launch surprise attacks and carry out assassinations. Sounds pretty far-fetched, but the future is here and this technology is real. Quite an amazing set of insane military gadgets, don't you think? Well, you ain't seen anything yet. I will be sharing more on the most insane military weapons in the world on this same channel. And don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel so you don't miss any good stuff I have lined up for you. See you soon.